From Genoa High School here in Genoa, Ohio, we've got exciting NBC action as the Otsego Knights get set to take on the home team, the Genoa Comets, here on the Toledo Sports Network High School Football Game of the Week, right here on CW 13. Mick Gonzalez here along with Mike Bauman. Baumer, you got two teams here. You got Otsego, a team that's, well, they're still a little bit away yet, but they're still playing hard. You've got a Genoa team here that they're playing for postseason right now. They've got to win, and they've got to win big.
Well, and that was something I got a chance to talk to Coach Patterson about before this game, Mick, was just their ability to execute. That's one thing that he's been preaching this year, is these guys playing disciplined football, taking responsibility out there in the field. They had a huge win last week over Lake. They held Lake to 14 points, which nobody had done all year. But as you said, they have an opportunity to make the playoffs, and they have to take it one game at a time, and they're certainly going to try to do that and execute tonight against a young Otsego team. Conversely, getting a chance to talk to Coach Genoa for the Knights. These guys are young. They've got two freshmen. They're going to be starting on defense. But what I like about them is for each one of their backs who has at least 40 carries this year, they're all averaging at least 4.7 yards a carry. They also run out of the wing tee. So they need to tackle well tonight. That was one thing that Coach Genoa mentioned specifically against this Genoa team with the weapons that they have. But it should be an entertaining matchup.
Yeah, looking forward to it. And we'll have the opening kickoff when we come back, as it's the Otsego Knights and the Genoa Comets ready to do battle right here on the Toledo Sports Network High School Football Game of the Week on CW 13. Otsego, as Genoa will get the ball first, and of course they've got their weapons out there, led by Dante McClure. Can't forget about Cody Pickard, as there's a squibbler up the gut. It's going to be, well, wow, that was a slow pick up there as it was grabbed by Andrew Belsick. Thankfully, he ran all the way up there to get it because the lineman in front of him let the ball go by him.
Yeah, dodged a bullet there, but these guys have been getting better at executing. And as you mentioned, the playoffs, when you're dealing with 14, 18-year-old kids, Mick, you have to take it one game at a time. Still 3 weeks left in the season, so this is an opportunity for Genoa tonight, their last home game of the year, to come out and execute and play disciplined football.
So it'll be 1st and 10, the ball at the 37-yard line here. Kyle Edwards, the quarterback, under center, takes the ball. He'll hand the ball off to their big offensive weapon, Jake Wojciechowski. And Wojciechowski takes it over the 40 to about the 42-yard line. He was brought down there by Robbie Lutz. And Lutz is one of the big guys on defense here for the Knights.
Yeah, the good form tackle right there, and they're going to need to do that well tonight, as Coach Giroux mentioned. But you look at Wojciechowski and what he's done so far this year, Mick. He's got 17 touchdowns, 168 attempts for nearly 1,400 yards on the year. So he has been a force here as the feature back for this Genoa offense. But it's all about getting off the ball and trying to disguise your packages on defense.
2nd down and 5. Here's the handoff. And over the midfield stripe, and Wojciechowski refusing to go down, gets it all the way to Otsego's 45-yard line, and that one was all Wojciechowski. He just fought through them tackles.
Well, and we've seen him do that a number of times this year, Mick, in terms of being able to break through to the 2nd and 3rd level of defense, and seldom seems to go down on the first hit.
So it's a 1st and 10 here for the Genoa Comets. The ball is spotted at the 44-yard line. Ball on the right hash mark as Kyle Edwards will go under center once again. He'll take the snap, hands it off to Pickard. Pickard with a good chunk of real estate as he'll pick up about 8 yards. making it second and short. And Bomber, that's the one thing here that Genoa has the luxury of. Everyone likes to key in on Jake Wojciechowski, but they've got a couple of other weapons there in the form of one Mr. Dante McClure and this young man right here, Mr. Pickard.
Absolutely. McClure's got over 200 yards on the ground. Wolf has over 200 yards on the ground. Cody's got 92 yards on 16 attempts. So each one of these guys can run the ball when they get it.
Here's Wojciechowski up the gut. He'll pick up, well, he'll be close to a first down. He'll pick it up as they pile it up right around the 34-yard line, probably the 33. And it'll be a first down here for the Comets once again as the clock is stopped while they move the chains with 10:07 to go. I want to make sure we give a big tip of the hat to our friends that have come on board to help bring you high school football here on the Toledo Sports Network and the CW13. Big tip of the hat over to our friends over at IBEW, as Local 8, as well as UA Local 50. They both have been with us for quite some time. We are real appreciative of that. And a big-time tackle behind the line of scrimmage on Dante McClure as he was shut down there quickly by Dalton Limes, and Trent Soto was over there as well. And, wow, big loss there for the Comets.
So far, pretty decent form tackling on the edges of the field. Right now, though, Otsego having difficulties, a lot of teams do, stopping the run up the middle, and that's part of the design of this offense with the misdirection and having an athletic offensive line the way that Genoa does that really fires off the ball and prevents that defensive line from getting a push.
2nd and 14, the ball at the 37. Here's Wojciechowski. He's got a seam, fights through. He'll get all the way inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line, and he'll be short of the first down by just a couple of yards, making it, though, 3rd and short, and that benefits the Comets.
Absolutely. You know, especially when you can get yards on first down the way they have on this drive and get into a rhythm, that's what it's really all about. You don't want to get yourself in 3rd and long situations, even when you are playing a young team like Otsego. As we saw earlier in the season with Rossford and the injuries that they had, they were able to hurt Genoa in first down situations, so they're doing a good job moving the ball tonight.
3rd and short. Here's Wojciechowski. Well, looks like he should have enough for the first down. It'll depend on the spot, but looks like they're going to move the yards. Well, let's see. I don't want to open my mouth and, well, they're going to say he's short. Glad I corrected myself. So they're going to measure this one here with 8:17 to go in this opening quarter. Well, now they decide not to measure it. It's going to be 4th down and a wee bit short, about the length of the football. So the Comets, they got a kicker in Cody Pickard who can put the ball through from here. But at this point, do you take 3 or do you go for the first down?
They're going to go for the first down. They've been running the football well. They've been getting yards up the middle, so it might try a hard count here. And if they can't get him to jump, they'll give it.
And Kyle Edwards keeps it. And he should have enough for the first down, and the referee says so they'll move the sticks. 7:44 to go here in this opening quarter. 1st and 10 for the Comets as they'll spot the ball at the 22-yard line of Otsego. Opening drive here for the Comets on a cool night here with a few raindrops, but nothing heavy. As the Comets looking to keep their hopes of making the playoffs alive here. 1st and 10 at the 22. Man in motion, left to right. Here's the handoff. Wojciechowski fights off a couple tackles, gets outside, and he's going to take it into the end zone for 6. Touchdown, Genoa Comets.
Well, you see the power once again, Mick, of Wojo right there, able to break a few tackles, break it to the outside, and get in the end zone. That's something he's done a lot this year. Gets his 18th touchdown, and just there's not a whole lot you can do to stop that, especially if you don't form tackle well, but that was just power right there on Wojo's part.
So a 22-yard touchdown run by Jake Wojciechowski gets the Comets on the board first as they lead at 6-0 with the point after still to come. As Kyle Edwards will hold for Cody Pickard. Here's the snap. And they decide, Edwards pulls it up. He's going to go for it. He's got wide open on the left. Throws it, though, in the end zone in the middle of a bunch of Knights and makes the completion for the 2-point conversion. My goodness. I saw a couple of Comets over on the left side wide open, including Cody Pickard, but he ends up throwing it over to Noah Goodrich and completes the two-point conversion. So with 7:13 to go here in the opening quarter, Genoa draws first blood as they lead this one 8-0.
Remember this? How could you forget? Bet you wish you had one of these last winter. TAS Electronics has remote car starters from $129 installed, plus heated seats starting at just $149. No one can stop the winter, but with TAS, you can have a nice, warm vehicle waiting for you. Get over to TAS today.
TAS Electronics, fuel power. TAS Electronics, it's hot.
On the job for you for over 100 years. You need a career. You need a future. Local 8 can help you make it happen. Join the men and women who build our community. Become a part of a proud tradition. Build your career. Build your future with the brothers and sisters of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 8. We're on the job for you.
We're on the job for you. We're the local IBEW.
Internet service, no longer just a luxury, but a vital service in most households, and your family deserves the best. Amplex Internet provides reliable and affordable service to rural and suburban locations throughout Northwest Ohio, including Bowling Green, Port Clinton, Genoa, Fremont, Oak Harbor, and many other communities. No phone or cable line needed, and there is no hidden fees or extra charges. Find out why thousands of satisfied customers choose Amplex Internet. Visit us at www.amplex.net.
The Union Plumbers, Steam Fitters, and HVACR service mechanics of UA Local 50 build the powerhouses that generate your electricity. Install and service your heating and air conditioning systems, and install the plumbing systems that protect the health of this nation. Everywhere there's a building being built, retrofitted, or maintained, members of UA Local 50 are on the job with skills and the latest sustainable building practices to do the job right. UA Local 50 Plumbers, Steam Fitters, and service mechanics, building America's future.
Cody Pickard set to kick off here as the Comets lead this one 8-0. And he sends a high one. It'll be grabbed at about the 4-yard line. And here's Soto trying to get outside, and he's going to be stopped short of the 20. They'll spot him at the 15-yard line. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Knights there. Bomber, what would you say the Knights, I mean, obviously they've got youth and some inexperience, but they've still got an offensive line here that can that they don't take a backseat to anybody.
Yeah, they're averaging 4.9 yards per rush on the year as a team and averaging nearly 200 yards rushing on the ground this season. Got a sophomore quarterback and Batten that you're going to see here, but Soto's one of their all-purpose guys, and you're going to see a lot of them in the wing tee tonight.
Colton Batten, the 5'10", 150-pound sophomore. Tries to move the ball, and it's a loss of about a yard.
Number 7,
so Soto was dropped for the loss.
Stopped by number 21, Jake
Wojciechowski, who's the all-everything here for the Comets on both sides of the ball.
You know, Trent Soto, he's one of the senior leaders on a younger Otsego Knights team this year. Is part of the reason why they come in this one with 2 victories on the season. Have a lot of young guys out there, but 6 touchdowns on the year for that young fella.
2nd down and 11. The ball at the 14-yard line, under 6.5 to go here in the opening quarter. Glad you could join us. Here's the handoff. And that was Tersha as he tried to drive forward, and he could not get through. He's also a senior, 5'10", 165-pounder. And got back to the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd and 10 here for Otsego. So we've got 6 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. Big tip of the hat again to another one of our sponsors, Pub 51 over on Woodville Road. Make sure we thank them. Also, TAS Electronics. Got to make sure we say thank you to them as well. 3rd and 10, the ball at the 15-yard line. Batten is going to roll out, tosses it to the outside. It's going to fall incomplete. As the pass was intended there for Dalton Limes, but it falls incomplete. So a punting situation here on a 3-and-out for the Otsego Knights.
Well, just great pressure that time by the Genoa defense. Everybody read their keys, was where they were supposed to be. They got good pressure on Batten back there, and really he never got an opportunity to get into a rhythm.
So a punting situation here for the Knights.
Number 5, Will Varner.
Will Varner will get ready for this 4th down punt.
Deep for the Comets, number 3, Andrew Belsick, and number 23, Cody Pecker.
And he's able to put a foot into it. It's going to be grabbed at the 46 by Belsick. Belsick goes wide to his left, tries to turn upfield now. Got slowed up, and he's only going to get to about the 40-yard line, but still great field position here for the Comets as they start this drive.
Well, and that's what makes it really hard against Genoa. If you get deep in your own territory and you're not able to get yards on 1st down, as you just saw that time from the Knights, if you're giving them the ball inside the 50 with the way they run the football, they'll just pound on you and wear on you. And it's not just the running attack, and they do have a good all-around running attack. It's just the constant wear and tear and the physicality of the game of constantly having to play on a short field. And that's why special teams is such a big part of what the Comets do and what they've been able to do over the years.
1st and 10, Genoa. They have the ball at the Otsego 41-yard line. Here's Wojciechowski on the right side, darts through, and he's off to the races again. 2 Knights hope to catch him, but do not. A 41-yard touchdown run here for Wojciechowski. Touchdown, Genoa Comets.
Well, Coach Giroux said they were going to try to use multiple fronts tonight, Mick, for the Knights, and you see that time, 4 down linemen up front, pretty good pressure at the line of scrimmage, but look at these blocks downfield. That's the key. By the time Wojo gets to the 2nd level, he's already got 5 yards of space on each side. So just great pressure up front from the Knights, but when Genoa fires off and gets on their blocks the way they did that time, that's what allows guys like Wojo and the Nutter brothers over the years to be so successful.
So that makes it 14-0. As you see Kyle Edwards set to take the snap. Ball is down. The kick from Cody Pickard is up, and it is good. So with 5:17 remaining here in the opening frame, Genoa goes out to a 15-0 lead. You're watching high school football right here on the Toledo Sports Network and the CW 13.
Do your utility bills have you down? Get out from under those heavy bills with new windows from Dunright Building Services. New windows from Dunright can change the vision of your home both inside and out. And right now, for a limited time only, you can get any white double-hung standard window for only $179 each. Remember, for a job done right, you better call Dunright.
New home, same address. It starts with new windows. Call us at Dunright Building Services today.
You've planned and planned. Each moment of your special day just has to be perfect. You don't want to worry about anything. Just know that you've hired professionals to make your wedding day special. Mike Jameson with Creative Video Imagery has produced award-winning weddings for over 15 years. Our company has the equipment and the artistic ability to capture your day on digital DVD, giving you lasting memories of a day you will cherish forever. Call Creative Video Imagery today or visit our website, Creative Video Imagery, making moments into lifetime memories.
The Big Apple Deli has all the food for your next party or get-together. The best subs, salads, soups, pasta, party trays, and great lunch and dinner specials. The Big Apple Deli, 2118 Woodville Road, has got you ready for all your party needs or just stop out for a great lunch.
Whether you support the Comets, the Panthers, or the Bulldogs, the Eagles, Wildcats, or Flyers, we at Genoa Bank support you. We're a local bank that takes pride in serving our community with personal and prompt service, innovative products, and stable financial guidance. We're a bank that believes in playing our part, and well, that's earned us quite a few fans of our own. Genoa Bank, playing our part in the community, taking your banking needs personally.
Well, Cody Pickard will get ready to kick off again here for the Genoa Comets, they lead at 15-0 with 5:17 to go in the opening quarter. Long kick, that one's going to go into the end zone and out the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Knights will scrimmage 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Well, as I mentioned, this is a team, Mick, when you look at Otsego, they are very young this year. They're growing. This is Giroa's second year, so it takes some time to kind of rebuild a program. It's not something that happens overnight. But the positives, like I said, they're running the football well. Each one of their guys that has at least 40 carries this year is averaging nearly 5 yards a carry. But Trent Soto's got 200 receiving yards, 339 kick return yards, and 232 rush yards. So he's given them about 130 yards of offense per game, but they got to get yards on first down tonight if they're going to be successful against this Genoa defense.
Well, 1st and 10, man in motion. Here's a handoff. And they try to go up the gut once again, as it is Robbie Lutz, the ball carrier, and he is shut down. A short pickup of about 3. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, and it's always a good sign of your defense, too. Like Genoa, when you got a guy like Blake Traver up there, he's got 101 tackles on the year. 14 of them are for loss, and he's on the defensive line. Usually it's the linebackers or the DBs that are leading your team in tackles. So that's a really good sign of how aggressive your defense is playing when you've got the hog mollies up front that are really the ones flying to the football and getting a helmet on the football.
So it'll be 2nd down and 7. The ball at the 23-yard line. Clock continues to run with 4:35 to go. As Lutz tries to carry it again, and at the end of the play, we've got a flag on the ground.
Yeah, it looks like it potentially could be a face mask. It came in on the tackle, so let's see what the call is. But and that's what's going to be
on the Comets. So it'll be a 5-yard variety.
5-yard face mask call. Bring the ball to the 25, 2nd and 5.
Well, they'll spot it at the 25-yard line, 2nd and 5.
Well, and if you're Otsego, you can deal with that. You can deal with 3 yards in a cloud of dust, especially if you get it on first down, because you're getting 3 yards every play. You're in 3rd and short situations, Mick. So, let's see if they can keep this going here with the misdirection and the wing tee. But they'll take those 3-yard plays.
Well, we'll see what they do here. Again, this is a young team that just fresh off of a victory. They're 2nd of the season as they defeated Fostoria last week, 26-6. And Robbie Lutz, who had a field day against the Redmen. There's a man in motion. And Lutz breaks through, picks up the 1st down all the way down near the 39-yard line. 1st down here for the Knights. Lutz, who had 252 yards on 34 carries and a couple of touchdown runs last week against Fostoria.
Yeah, it goes about 5'10", $170, a junior, so this is a guy who's going to be here again for Giroa and his staff next year, but running the football extremely well this year. 41 attempts, 320 yards, averaging 7.8 yards a carry, 80 yards a game, so this is a guy that can continue to build on the success that he's already started this season.
1st and 10, the ball at the 39. Here's Lutz again. This is not a recording. As Robbie Lutz picks up probably about 3 yards, we'll call it 2nd and 7.
Well, you're going to be seeing meat and potatoes football tonight with both of these teams out of the wing tee. You'll see some multiple fronts on defense as they try to disguise where the pressure is coming from. But you're absolutely right, Mick. It's not a recording. This is good old-fashioned running football right here.
Stop was made by Jay Nino, 2nd down and 7. Ball at the 42. 3:20 to go here in this opening quarter. Here's Lutz. This time he's shut down and pushed back. They may give him the line of scrimmage. That's a generous gift, as he was shut down there by Blake Traver. It'll be a 3rd and 7 with 3 minutes to go. The ball still at the 42-yard line.
Well, and discipline is going to continue to be the key for the Genoa Comets. Even talking to Coach Patterson, that's the biggest thing they're trying to focus on right now is not playoffs, not 3 weeks from now, but every game, take care of your responsibilities and execute it, what your job is.
Man in motion. Well, they'll be short of the 1st down, as it was Trent Soto, the ball carrier. So he was dropped there by Blake Traver once again. As you see here on the replay, Bomber, they tried that trap, and he was brought down by his feet. So a punting situation. It's fun, and it's football, but it's still a punting situation here for the Otsego Knights, as Varner is back, set to deliver this fourth down kick. Under 2 minutes to go here in the quarter. And a nice kick here from Varner. This will be grabbed at about the 15-yard line by Pickard. Pickard shaking off a couple of tackles, fights off a couple, still weaving through that Otsego coverage, and takes it all the way out to about the 38-yard line. A nice return there by Pickard, and that was all Cody because he had to fight through a whole wave there of Otsego Knights.
Well, and Genoa's been fortunate to have the Pickard family out here the last couple of years, even with his older brother. And he's a great runner, as you just saw it right there, but both of them have had boots on them. They can kick the football. So it's a huge factor in what they're able to do and how many wins they've been able to pile up over the years. It's just a field position battle. Genoa does a good job of moving the football and also pinning teams down deep in their territory, and it's been very key to what they've been able to accomplish this year.
Yeah, last time we were out here doing a game, I saw Tyler Pickard, and Wojciechowski up the gut here for a short pickup of about 3. Let's see what they give him. So it's a pickup of 4, 2nd and 6. Clock continues to run as we come up here on 1:20 to go. Here in quarter number 1. Got to make sure we also give a big tip of the hat. We're so grateful for our friends over at First Federal Bank. They're your area bank, so we got to make sure we say thanks to them. As well, we have a whistle and a false start here on Genoa. So that'll take it back 5 yards. Make it
dead ball, false start.
A little over 2nd and 10. Just be 2nd and 11, so.
5-yard penalty will make it 2nd down, 11 for the Comets.
Well, that's one of the things that drives coaches crazy too. At this point in the season, you should have your plays pretty much set pat. As here's Pickard on the end around trying to go up the field, but he is shut down for a short gain. He'll be dropped at about the 39-yard line, setting up 3rd and long.
Well, when you go back to the Eastwood game, too, against Genoa, Mick, and, they made some mistakes early in that game in the first half that hurt them. You go back to the playoff game last year versus Bryan, a couple of penalties, a couple of just bad mistakes, letting your emotions get the best of you. And those make the difference over the course of not only a football game, but over the course of the season. And Patterson knows that. I think they've improved a lot as the season has gone on this year especially. So when you're coming off a big win like they did against Lake, you want to continue to build on that over these last 3 weeks and not overlook your opponent.
3rd down and 8. So this should be the last play of the quarter. Here's a pass complete. Noah Goodrich with a grab and then some as he pulls it down into Otsego territory right at the 44-yard line. Oh, my, what a nice grab by Goodrich.
Well, he's such a great target to have out there. And you see the rush here, 5 men on the line of scrimmage, but great pass by Edwards just to put it up where he knows only the big fella can get it. He went up, climbed the ladder, and got it.
Well, that's 1 quarter of play done here at Genoa. Your score after 1, the Comets 15 and the Otsego Knights nothing, right here on the Toledo Sports Network and the CW 13.
Hope you're enjoying the game today. Hi, I'm Mike Jameson, president of ToledoSportsNetwork.com. Now, Channel 13 and the wonderful people here are bringing some great games to you each and every week. And we'd love to make your company part of what we're putting together here. We've got the reach and we've got the ability to get you out at a reasonable cost so that all of these wonderful people can talk about your business, whether it's on the internet, on live television, or live internet. You can give us a call at 419-514-1302. Let us spotlight what you have here with all of our unbelievable packages that we have. And we make it very cost effective for even the smallest business. Creative Video Imagery and the Toledo Sports Network is proud to bring you this game right here on 13.2, the Live Well Network.
Genoa Napa, your local auto parts store, located at State Route 51 in Genoa. It's time to prepare your vehicle for the harsh winter months. At Napa, we have what you need from antifreeze to wipers. Napa know-how, 21971 West State Route 51. Genoa Jewelers, 611 Main Street in Genoa, has been serving the area with quality jewelry and gifts for over 19 years. Specializing in gold and silver repairs, Frank Comise has been a goldsmith for over 30 years. Our selection of Pulsar watches, Precious Moments figurines, Reflections beads, Seraphim classics, and quality Stuller ring, all at a price you can afford. Genoa Jewelers also buys gold and silver and has the perfect gift for that someone special. Stop out today at Genoa Jewelers, 611 Main Street in Genoa. A world-class store with hometown values. That's Genoa Custom Interiors. We feature many styles from soft contemporary, rustic to traditional and French country. You'll find your taste and sensibilities right here. You'll be delighted to find the showrooms transformed each season. As Christmas is a special time, we offer a variety of accessories, art, jewelry, and specialty items perfect for gift giving. Genoa Custom Interiors. Nobody can put it together like we do. Blackberry Corner, on the corner of 579 and Elliston Road, is a proud sponsor of Genoa football and has the best burgers, chicken, and pizza. You know the pizza. Everyone knows the pizza. Blackberry Corner also has charbroiled pork ribs and Jim's famous chicken dinners. Whether it's appetizers, pizza, or a full dinner, the great folks at Blackberry Corner can help fill you up and save you money. Stop out to Blackberry Corners on the corner of State Route 579 and Elliston Road for a meal or just a snack.
First play of the second quarter, getting outside, and a big-time run over here by Cody Pickard as he's brought out of bounds. He'll be stopped at, they'll say he stepped out at about the 17. So
was that Wojo again? I think that was Wojo.
Was that Wojo?
It was, yeah.
Okay, then I stand corrected. Jake Wojciechowski on the first play of the second quarter.
Building off of 2 big touchdowns in the first quarter. But really, now you're seeing the dynamic of what they're able to do in this wing team. They've been able to go inside, outside on Otsego, and it could make for a long night for the Knights if they're able to get to the edge of the field like that and turn up field.
A 28-yard pickup there by Wojciechowski, 1st and 10. Wojciechowski again here, this time going to the right side, and he fights through and picks up a few yards, but he is shut down. They'll spot him at about the 13-yard line, it looks like, so a pickup of about 3. And right now the Comets knocking on the door again as they're in the red zone.
Well, so far tonight, Colin Kitchen has come up and made a couple of tackles. Goes about 6'1", $174. And you see that time, though, they're able to, even if you get the feet of Wojciechowski, somebody has to come in there and clean it up because they'll keep going.
2nd down and 7. Here's Wojciechowski again, right up the middle, following the Buffet boys up front. As he was brought down by Brennan Shaw. Now to make it 3rd down.
Want to make sure, once again, we give a shout-out to Amplex Internet, quality internet service for this area. Give them a call any day at 888-419-3635. And also Genoa Custom Interiors on Main Street here in Genoa.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 3, the ball at the 9-yard line. Here's Wojciechowski, found a big hole, picks up the 1st down. He'll be inside the 5, and it'll be 1st and goal here for the Comets. So Genoa now with a fresh set of downs, looking to add to that lead. Of course, Wojciechowski last week ran for 243 yards on 35 carries, scoring 3 touchdown runs.
Well, he had one game earlier this year where he went for 300+ that we had the opportunity to do out here for Toledo Sports Network.
Here's Edwards. He's going to keep it, and he's brought down shy of the goal line. We got a flag on the play, so we'll wait and see what the call is here. It looks like it's going to come back.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a legal procedure, Mick, on the Comets. It looked like they went empty backfield that time, little naked boot from Kyle Edwards, and just got a little too much on the happy feet that time. But I like the play call. You empty the backfield, keep the defense on their toes, and you roll out Edwards, who's also a good athlete.
So it'll still be 1st and goal. Ball moved back to the 9-yard line. 9:50 to go here in the opening half. So the Comets with the ball on the right hash mark. Here's the handoff. Wojciechowski tries to go wide left, shakes off a tackle, shakes off 2, 3, and now finally brought down inside the 5-yard line. I'll tell you what, that guy is a hoss. He's to quote the great Keith Jackson, that young man is a hoss.
Well, it reminds me of like Madden back in 06 where they created a new button on the controller for truck stick where if you were running the football, you could just run people over. And that's what it reminds me of because the kid seldom goes down on the first hit. And not only is it just him shaking people off, but he's literally running over people. So when you have that kind of lower body strength and you run low like he does, it's hard to bring him down.
Here's the toss back to him, and he'll take this one in for a touchdown. Touchdown, Genoa Comets. Jake Wojciechowski with a touchdown. My goodness. That'll make it 21-0 with the point after still to come. So Wojciechowski with a couple of touchdowns already. We still got plenty of time left in this opening half. And 153 yards rushing already for Jake Wojciechowski. My goodness. Here's the extra point attempt. Cody Pickard puts it up, and he puts it through. So with 8:56 to go here in this opening half, Genoa with a 22-0 lead.
The Union Plumbers, Steam Fitters, and HVACR service mechanics of UA Local 50 build the powerhouses that generate your electricity. Install and service your heating and air conditioning systems, and install the plumbing systems that protect the health of this nation. Everywhere there's a building being built, retrofitted, or maintained, members of UA Local 50 are on the job with skills and the latest sustainable building practices to do the job right. UA Local 50 Plumbers, Steam Fitters, and Service Mechanics, building America's future.
The Blue Pacific Grill at Levis Commons is your gateway to great food and fun. A tropical-themed restaurant that offers a unique dining experience where you create your own stir-fry from your choice of meats, seafoods, veggies, seasonings, and our signature sauces. The Blue Pacific Grill at Levis Commons, a touch of the islands right here in Toledo. Join us for lunch and dinner. The Blue Pacific Grill, Levis Commons, Perrysburg.
Well, and I think when you're able to execute the way they were against Lake, a rival, just down 795, going the other way, that's a huge win for this team, especially after losing to Eastwood earlier in the season where they made some mistakes. So you hope the next week you come back, you're playing a younger team in Otsego, and you want to come out and try to execute. And so far they've done a pretty good job, only a few penalties.
Here's a low liner that was grabbed, and it was brought by Soto out over the 30 to about the 35-yard line. So a good return for Otsego, and they'll scrimmage 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Right now, that's what Otsego needs. They need to come back with a strong showing here on this drive.
Well, they have to just put together, a couple of good plays, and they haven't had a complete series yet. And give credit to the big fellas up front for the Genoa Comets. They've been able to get the push and control the line of scrimmage on offense and defense.
1st and 10 at the 35. Oh, we've got a whistle.
There's a flag on the play.
This one's going to be against Otsego. So that'll be 1st and 15 here for Otsego. As I'm sure Matt Jirwa is not too thrilled with that, as I said, things like this at this point in the season drive coaches crazy.
They do. But once again, not to sound like a broken record, and I know Coach Giroux probably wouldn't make that excuse for his kids, but they do have a young football team with a lot of underclassmen on it, and the only way you learn is through experience, and the more reps you get, the more snaps you get, the more you're going to learn.
Well, Otsego's going to take a timeout here with 8:48 to go in the first half. Genoa still leading it 22-0.
Graymont in Genoa, producers of Doclamide Lime and Hydrate, serving the community for over 90 years. The plant currently has 60 employees. The safety and development of these employees is a focus for your plant. Over 80% of our employees currently live within 11 miles of the plant. Graymont. For more information about this company, you can check us out on the web at www.graymont.com.
Stop struggling with the big box stores. Choose Gladio.
Gladio Home Center. A hardware store, yet so much more. Your home improvement answer store. A place to design your interior space. A professional and friendly smiling face. Everything you need for your home. And Gladio is locally owned. You'll be glad to know Gladio Home Center.
On the job for you for over 100 years. You need a career. You need a future. Local 8 can help you make it happen. Join the men and women who build our community. Become a part of a proud tradition. Build your career. Build your future with the brothers and sisters of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 8. We're on the job for you.
We're on the job for you. We're the local IBEW.
First and 15 here for the Otsego Knights. Ball on the right hash mark. Here's the handoff. Trying to fight through and pick up about maybe 3 yards was Riley Tersha, and he is brought down by Jay Nino. Got to make sure while we're at it, make sure we say a big time thank you to our friends, to Deb and Joe Badger, our good friends out at Napa Auto Parts over there on Route 51 in Genoa. Those guys have been coming through big and sponsoring, and we really appreciate it very much. So be sure, any auto parts you need, Napa Auto Parts on Route 51 is the place to go. So it's going to be 2nd down and 11. Clock continues to run as we come up towards the 8-minute mark. And now we've got a flag, and I think it's a delay of game as the play clock ran out for Otsego, so that takes it right back. It'll be 2nd and 16.
Well, and that's what's tough. If you have a couple of good runs, you just had that decent run from Tersha, and you're trying to battle back, and now you've got a situation where you continue to shoot yourself in the foot, and some of that is just frustration mentally, Mick. They're just, you can press, and sometimes you press too hard and make those mistakes.
So it's 2nd and 16. The ball at the 29-yard line. 8:02 to go here in the opening half. Here's the pitch as Soto takes it around the left side. He's going to meet a wall of maroon and silver as he is brought down for a loss of about a yard and a half. And that'll make it 3rd and long.
Well, that was just good edge containment there on the outside of the field as Otsego tries to open it up, turn the corner, and Genoa just contains and doesn't allow them to turn upfield. And last week, save for a couple of big touchdowns in the first half against Lake, which they covered pretty well. Lake just made great plays. Their defense really clamped down on the Flyers and did not allow them to do what they've normally done.
3rd and 18. Here's the pass. A screen over on the right side, and great coverage over there, as I believe it was Tersha. It was dropped there by Jay Nino, as Nino has been Johnny on the spot here so far in this football game.
He absolutely has, and he's having a great year as well. He's got 10 tackles for loss, 55 tackles on the season, so one of the big fellas up there with Blake Traver. They're 2 leading tacklers on the Comets, and once again, you can't say enough when you've got guys like that who are leading the charge for you on the front lines of your defense.
So Will Varner back to punt here on 4th down as he sends a low line drive. This one will bounce and be grabbed at about the 35 by Belsick. He'll go along the right sideline. He'll go out of bounds. We got a flag on the play. I think this one's going to be against Genoa.
Number 3, Andrew Belsey.
That one,
On the punt
the
return.
official was near midfield, and he threw that one probably the better part of about 10 yards
There's a flag on the play.
over to where the block was, and that was near the 40-yard line. So they'll spot the ball. It'll be a spot foul against Genoa. So we'll see what the call is here. So there's an illegal block in the back there. They'll move it back to the 35-yard line as a spot foul. So it'll be 1st and 10 here for Genoa. So Kyle Edwards hands the ball off, trying to cut back upfield here and fight his way for some good yardage. First down yardage was Nick Wolf. So Wolf will move the sticks here for the Comets.
Stop was made by the Knights, number 55, Trevor Tony.
We'll spot the ball right between the 45 and the 46, as you see here on the replay. Wolf would not go down, fought and fell forward and made sure he picked up the first.
Well, and he got good blocks on the edge of the field that time, as you saw right near the Genoa sideline on the wide side of the field that allowed him to turn up. And that's what these guys do. They have great downfield blocking when you watch the push off the line of scrimmage.
Here's Wojciechowski going around the right end, and he is grabbed and brought down after a pickup of about maybe 2.
Made by number 7, Trent Soto.
So Soto with the stop makes it 2nd down and 8.
Bring up 2nd down 8 for the Comets.
But if you watch just out of this wing tee that they do, just watch the push. If you're watching at home that Genoa is able to get on the offensive line, they're 3 or 4 yards downfield, a second into the snap, and that's what allows guys like Wojo to have such a great cushion. He's got 3-4 yards cushion before he really gets into full stride.
2nd down 8 at the 48. Edwards is going to throw it. He's got Goodrich wide open, and he drops it. Oh, my goodness. Noah Goodrich had to come back for it. He was waiting for it, Bomber, and he's going to see that one in his nightmares tonight.
That's going to be brought up in the film room. There might be some jeers from his teammates because he's been one of their best guys receiving the football this year, and that's just a case of where you're a little too open, had to come back and wait for the ball and slow down, but yeah, right in the breadbasket.
Yeah, that's always the worst place to hit him is right in the numbers. Yeah.
I saw Webster Slaughter catch.
Oh, my goodness.
See right so there, had to come back for it, and he could tell right away. He's like, what did I just, yep, that happened. That happened. He'll get it back. He had a great catch earlier tonight.
I was going to say he sure did. Well, it's going to be 3rd down and 8 here for the Comets at their own 48-yard line. 5:06 to go here in the opening half. So here's the handoff to Dante McClure. He'll get it out to midfield, but that's it. So the Comets here with 4th down right at the midfield stripe. So they will punt, something that you don't see Genoa do too often.
And number 59, Tyler West. Bring up 4th and 5 for the Comets.
Well, Soto had that big tackle a few plays into this drive on Wojciechowski, but, you know, once again, Genoa, a penalty to start the drive and a drop pass hurt them on this one.
There's a fake. They go up the gut, picking up the 1st down, and then some. Oh, my goodness, down at the 34-yard line. A great fake there, and selling it was Cody Pickard. And then Jay Nino takes the ball and runs it down like he's been a running back all his life or something. He does a nice job getting it inside Otsego territory. He's brought down at the 34-yard line, and, well, Genoa with a 1st and 10.
Well, trust me, the big guys treasure that when they get a chance to carry the football. They're doing all the dirty work every game, and when they get an opportunity on a trick play like that to come up, they usually come up big, and you saw that time Nino running with a lot of fire.
4 minutes to go here in the opening half as Edwards is going to pull it down and run with it. I think we're going to have a flag here for a possible horse collar or a face mask.
Kyle Edwards on the quarterback keeper.
But he keeps it and picks up about 7 yards, but Brennan Shaw with the stop, but more importantly is going to be the call here on this penalty.
Yeah, it's going to be on the freshman, Marcus Easterwood. It's probably going to be either a face mask or a horse collar reaching in. And it looks like he's motioning for a possible face mask.
Oh, they decide no.
Picking it up. Interessante.
No flag on the play.
So it'll be second down here for Otsego. Second down, 4 yards to go with 3:54 on the clock.
And 4 for the Comets.
But if you're Otsego right now, your main concern is, and they knew what kind of matchup they were going to come in tonight with Wojciechowski, but just a lot of missed tackles. And once again, they're not uncommon. I mean, that's happened all year with the teams that Genoa's played, but you have to wrap that young fella up and get his legs and not hit him up high.
There's Wojciechowski.
There
He
you go.
falls forward.
21, Jake Wojciechowski.
So it'll be third and short here for the Comets as the clock continues to run here. We've got 3:20 to go. Got to make sure we give a big tip of the hat and a big thank you to our friends over at Graymont Quarry. Keith Hill and the gang for being with us since day one. Graymont Quarry. Third down and 2 to go. Here's Dante McClure going around the left side, picks up the first down and then some, as he is forced out of bounds over there by Aaron Roberts. And it'll be first and 10 here for Genoa as they keep the drive alive with 2:56 to go.
Yeah, good run by McClure, and that's the name that you'll be hearing out here in Genoa over the next couple of years. Underclassman right now, but doing a good job when his number has been called this year, running the football.
So first and 10 for Genoa. They have the ball at the Otsego 14-yard line here with 2:56 on the clock. Goodrich goes out to the right, but we've got a timeout being taken here by Genoa. 2:56 in the half. Genoa up 22-0. You're watching high school football on the Toledo Sports Network and the CW 13.
Hey golfers, come play Toledo's premier public golf course. Heather Downs Country Club is where you belong in 2014. Heather Downs is a beautiful 18-hole layout with stunning views and ideal conditions. Tee times are available 7 days a week with great rates. Want to work on your game? Our driving range and practice center is the best place to groove your swing. Try individual lessons with golf director Dan Sutton. Clinics are forming now. Go to heatherdowns.com or call 419-385-0248. Heather Downs Country Club, where you belong in 2014.
Smoothbore Sporting Goods, 425 West College Avenue, Pemberville, Ohio, is your firearms specialist. We buy, sell, trade quality firearms and hunting supplies. Smoothbore Sporting Goods can help you with your technical support for all your firearms, along with professional repairs. Call them today at 419-287-7111 before your next weekend of hunting, and check out the newest firearms and hunting supplies before you head out. Smoothbore Sporting Goods, 425 West College Avenue in Pemberville, your one-stop hunting and firearms store.
6. For further information, you can log on to Toledo Sports Network website.
So, first and 10 at the 14. Kyle Edwards is going to air it out. He throws it over the left side for Goodrich. Pass was behind him, and it goes out and drops incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 2:52. Also another big Toledo Sports Network thank you to Genoa Jewelers, as Frank Comives and his crew, they can make your holiday special. So remember Genoa Jewelers on Main Street in Genoa. Now here's Wojciechowski trying to get outside. Got tied up by the foot and was brought down. Soto was stopped, was the guy on the stop, and that's about the best way they've discovered to bring down Wojciechowski, because when you try to tackle him up higher, he just refuses to go down.
Well, yeah, if you hit him in the numbers above, you're probably going to end up on your back. I mean, when in football, anytime you're the low man, you're going to win, but especially when you're facing a running back who has a power style downhill runner, you have to wrap up the legs and really have the other guys come in there and be able to clean it up. But Soto's been doing a good job right now for Otsego, one of the senior leaders on their team.
So it'll be third down and 5 as Dante McClure with a clear path to the end zone. Touchdown, Genoa Comets.
for the Genoa Bank.
A 9-yard touchdown run there by Dante McClure. And that makes it 28-0 Genoa.
Well, there's that good mixed direction play. They just ran it a few plays ago. They got the big pickup from McClure. Do it again in the red zone. Otsego gets a little fooled by the misdirection. Genoa fires off in their blocks, and it's another touchdown for the Comets, another easy 6.
Cody Pickard here for the extra point. Ball is down, the kick is up, and it is true. So 2:03 to go here in this second quarter, and Genoa opens up a 29-0 lead. And don't forget, folks, you've heard us talk about a lot of our sponsors, and we do because we're very grateful to have them. And if you want to go ahead and be a part of this, as far as being able to bring high school sports featuring teams that don't always get the coverage they deserve and richly deserve, hey, give us a call at 419-514-1302. That's 419-514-1302. Mike Jameson will help you with getting some advertising packages for every budget. That's 514-1302. You can also log on to ToledoSportsNetwork.com, or you can contact him through there as well.
Number 23, Cody Pickard in to kick off for the
So
Comets.
Cody Pickard, once again, getting plenty of kickoff practice.
Number 20, Riley Tersha.
As Pickard sends one short, sand wedge will be grabbed at about the 30-yard line, as it's grabbed there by Riley Turcha, as he'll go on the left side near the sideline, and he's brought down at about the 30-yard line. So a 10-yard return where the Knights will set up with a $1:57 to go. 1st and 10 at their own 30.
Well, and I think the main thing right now, if you're Otsego, you just want to try to put together a decent drive here to end the first half. Obviously, Genoa's been able to run the football very well. Not much of a surprise there, going against a young team that's got 2 freshmen starting on defense, but you just want to continue to try to execute. You knew you had an uphill battle tonight. Try not to shoot yourself in the foot with penalties and just execute.
Well, Brendan Shaw outside as they hand the ball off. And it'll be a short pickup, as it was Robbie Lutz on the carry, as he is brought down by
Stop is made by
Blake
number
Traver.
51, Blake Traver, and number 50, Tyler Baird.
Tyler Bear, they're saying, also on the stop with a buck and 35 and counting here in the half. So 2nd down and 8 for the Knights. I think the thing is that looking at this Otsego team, as we await the snap here, here's the handoff. As Lutz takes it up the gut, he'll be stopped at about the 35-yard line with his forward progress. But looking at Otsego here, Bomber, I'm thinking this is a team that's going to take its lumps right now, but the payoff's going to come here in the next season or two, when these young men, they'll have a lot of veteran leadership, they'll have a lot of experience, and they're going to be a formidable contender here in the NBC.
Absolutely, you know, and when you're in the outlying areas, as Genoa is, as Otsego is, you know, you're going to have waves of classes in terms of athletes, you know. I mean, we've seen in the past with guys like Ryan Smoyer. I mean, they have athletes out there. It's just, it comes in waves, and as you said, when you've got a lot of young players in your team, it takes time to build.
Here's Lutz going on the right side this time, but he will be brought down shy of the first down. He'll be about 2 yards short.
Number 25, Robbie Lutz on the carry.
As
Stop is made by
he was
number
brought down
50, Tyler Baird,
by
number 55,
Tyler Baird, a 5'10", 210-pound senior. And, well, we've got, I don't think they're going to run another play, as we're going to wind down to 0 as the Knights head to their locker room, as does the Genoa Comets to theirs. Played one half of football here at Genoa, and the Comets right now lead this one by a score of 29-0.
Remember this? How could you forget? Bet you wish you had one of these last winter. TAS Electronics has remote car starters from $129 installed, plus heated seats starting at just $149. No one can stop the winter, but with TAS, you can have a nice, warm vehicle waiting for you. Get over to TAS today.
TAS Electronics, fuel power. TAS Electronics, it's hot.
On the job for you for over 100 years. You need a career. You need a future. Local 8 can help you make it happen. Join the men and women who build our community. Become a part of a proud tradition. Build your career. Build your future with the brothers and sisters of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 8. We're on the job for you.
We're on the job for you. We're the local IBEW.
Internet service, no longer just a luxury, but a vital service in most households, and your family deserves the best. Amplex Internet provides reliable and affordable service to rural and suburban locations throughout Northwest Ohio, including Bowling Green, Port Clinton, Genoa, Fremont, Oak Harbor, and many other communities. No phone or cable line needed, and there is no hidden fees or extra charges. Find out why thousands of satisfied customers choose Amplex Internet. Visit us at www.amplex.net.
Genoa leading by a score 29-0 here on the Toledo Sports Network and the CW13. Mick Gonzalez here along with Mike Bauman and Bomber. First half was not very kind to the Otsego Knights.
It was not. 32 yards of total offense. I want to give a shout out to Gary, too, for hooking us up with stats. Genoa, 244 total offense. Wojo, 163 yards rushing and the 3 TDs. Blake Traver with 8 tackles for the Comets. So really controlling the line of scrimmage for Genoa. And if you're Otsego, you just got to put together a couple of good drives here and try to execute and limit the mental mistakes, Mick.
Soto takes the kickoff at the 5-yard line, takes it out near the 15, over the 20, near the 25. I think they'll spot it at the 26-yard line, it looks like. So that'll be where the Knights will scrimmage, 1st and 10.
Well, one guy who I really liked for Otsego in the first half is one of their seniors, Trent Soto, who's just been playing like a man on defense. Had a couple of good hits on Wojciechowski. Offensively, he's gotten the touch a couple times, but once again, if you're Coach Werja and company, Mick, you're okay with 3-4 yards on first down. It's all about trying to establish some continuity. They got to limit the penalties and limit the mental mistakes.
1st and 10, ball at the 26. Is rolling out now is Batten. He's gonna. Well, let's see what they're calling it. Nope, it will be.
Number 2.
The pass was intended there for.
Is incomplete. Bring up 2nd and 10.
Didn't see the intended receiver over there was on the far end, but it was incomplete, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, the young fella, only a sophomore, 27 for 46 on the year for 307, 3 TDs and 5 picks. So he's completing 58.7% of his throws. But right now, as a young fella, obviously, Mick's still learning, 2nd year of the system, and is getting this varsity reps experience. It's going to take some time.
Here's the handoff to Lutz. Lutz with a big hole gets through, picks up a 1st down and then some, as he'll be brought down at about the 42-yard line. And a great job there by Lutz as he just sailed through that line.
Well, great push that time, and that's one thing the Knights haven't been able to do so far tonight. That time they seal their blocks, they open up the hole up the middle, and I'm looking forward to seeing that young fella run the football the next couple of years. I mean, he's a junior this year, so he'll be a senior next year, but he's really running hard tonight, Rob Lutz, and carrying this team offensively right now.
So, 1st and 10. Lutz does not have as much success this time around, as picks up, see what they give him, about maybe a yard. If that, it looks more like about the line of scrimmage.
Well, I think what's interesting about the NBC, too, is we've seen a lot of parity, especially this year, but not only from a win-loss standpoint with Eastwood, Lake, and Genoa, especially at the top of the conference, Mick, but also from just an offensive standpoint. You got Eastwood running the wing tee, you've got Lake running the wing tee, and they kind of operate out of a spread a little bit. And then you've got Genoa, obviously, who's been doing it for years here. So really, there's been a lot of parity from an offensive standpoint that's been interesting to see.
Well, Lutz tried to run it again, but this time I think Genoa, 3rd time the charm, they've been keying in on this one. So it'll be 3rd and long. Let's see, they gave him well, they're going to keep it right there at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd and 10. As the clock continues to run here with 10:15 to go here in this 3rd quarter. Well, the Knights, as we said, they came off a 26-6 victory over Fostoria last week. Here now is Soto, and that defense of Genoa just swarming. They are not giving them anything.
Well, when you're able to get that kind of pressure up front on the defensive line, it makes things so much easier for your linebackers and your defensive backs because they can see the field. When you get that initial push and that offensive line is going backwards and not forwards, it really makes it very easy for the other guys to come in there and clean up the mess, and you're seeing Genoa do that so far here tonight.
Well, Matt Herrick in on the stop there, a sophomore, 6'1", 200 pounds. So it'll be a punting situation here on 4th and 11. Once again, a big tip of the hat to one of our sponsors, IBEW Local 8. They're going on their 6th year here now of sponsorship is Will Varner. Kicks it. It would be grabbed at the 30-yard line by young Mr. Andrew Belsick, and he will take it out to about the 35. Let's see here where they spot that ball. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 34-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 there for the Knights. Or I'm sorry, for the Comets.
As we mentioned, Jake Wojciechowski having a very Wojo-esque night, 163 yards already, 3 touchdowns. But really, I think what's been the most fun to watch about him is just the way he runs the football. He runs hard, and he's not down until he's down. He always keeps his legs moving, and that goes a lot to fundamentals as well.
1st and 10, the ball at the 34-yard line.
Little I formation.
Edwards, yep. Hands it off, and Wojciechowski gets over the 35, brought down at the 36-yard line.
Stop is made by number 8, Dalton Limes.
Dalton Limes, that last name, very big in the Otsego community.
AC Limes, his brother was a very good basketball player and football player. Smoyer, I believe, ended up going to Notre Dame for baseball. So I mean, they had that run there where they had some really good athletes at the school, and they'll get there again. But it just takes time, especially when you've got young fellas out there playing like they do.
Here's the handoff, and I don't know if they've got it. I don't know if the Wojciechowski got to the line of scrimmage there. Let's see where they spot that ball. Looks like he's going to have a yard loss. So.
And just as we're talking about Limes, Dalton Limes comes up again with a stop. Just great job firing through the hole that time, getting in the offensive backfield and coming up with a big tackle.
Big thanks again to another one of our sponsors to Bob Lynn and the guys over at UA Local 50 Pipe Fitters. We thank you so much for being a part of the Toledo Sports Network. 3rd down and 7, the ball at the 37-yard line. And rolling out now, Edwards throws it over here on the left side. Pass is complete. As I believe that was Dante McClure, or who was that? Yes, it was, but he was brought down by Brendan Shaw. And Shaw with a nice tackle there keeps Genoa from getting a first down. And we're going to have a punting situation again here for Genoa. Last time they faked it and were able to pick up the first. I would think they would probably not do such a thing here, considering where the ball is.
Well, I like the defensive stand that time from the Otsego Knights. They got good pressure up front, did a good job of not allowing the Genoa playmakers to get to the edge of the field as they've been able to do so far here tonight in the first half.
Picker just booms one that's going to go all the way downfield. It's going to die right there at the 1. Oh, my goodness, what a kick by Cody Pickard. As we saw at halftime, during the halftime break, we were able to chat a little bit. You were, especially with Tyler Pickard and big brother Tyler with the big grin on his face, watching little brother Cody boom that one all the way down to the 1.
1st and 10 Knights.
My goodness, that was a great kick by Pickard.
Well, it almost looked like Genoa may have potentially cost him a little bit right there, because it almost looked like the young fellow was in the end zone when after the ball had already stopped. You didn't need to dive on it, but nonetheless they were able to get the spot, and I think that's maybe what the officials are going to talk about right now.
Yep,
because I don't know if we can get the replay on that or not, but the ball stopped at the 1. All they had to do was touch it, and they dove on it and moved it into the end zone, so I'm not sure if they're still going to get this spot. Which is unfortunate because it was a heck of a punt.
Yeah, it was.
And it looks like they are going to move it up.
Yep, he slid, and I think his feet went into the end zone first as he went to fall on the ball. So it's a touchback, unfortunate for Genoa after a great kick there by Cody Pickard. But it'll be 1st and 10 for the Otsego Knights as they'll have the ball at the 20-yard line. 6:57 to go here in this 3rd quarter.
1st and 10 Knights.
But, when you're up 29-zip, I mean, these are the types of things that Coach Patterson and company are going to point out in the film room, because things like this, especially if you're looking at playoffs, if you get a chance to pin a team on their own 1-yard line, those are the types of plays that you got to be able to have to come together. So, obviously they've done a great job executing tonight, but it's the little things like that they got to focus on.
And the first down. Here's Robbie Lutz. He lose the football?
Yep.
And they're going to say it's Genoa ball. So a turnover by the Knights, and Genoa with instant field position at the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 here for Genoa.
Tough break for the Knights. I mean, they just haven't been able to catch one tonight. The ball came right out. It's hard to tell on the contact there if it was forced out or if he just juggled it. It just never really looked like he was able to have possession of the football. And Nick Wolf is Johnny on the spot. So Genoa is able to erase the mistake and get the ball in Otsego territory.
1st and 10 here for Genoa. They have it at the Otsego 19. Kyle Edwards will hand the ball off. And Wojciechowski driving forward, gets inside the 10, picks up the first down. Are they going to say a fumble? Yep.
Wow.
And a turnover here is Otsego will get it right back as they'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 5. Very uncharacteristic play there by Wojciechowski. You don't see him fumble. Right there, he lost the ball as he was heading down. It was grabbed by Tyler West. So West with the recovery, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Otsego. So that's the type of break they needed.
Might be the 3 craziest plays in a row you see all football season.
This is true.
Right there. If we see another fumble here, I might just leave the building because there's some weird mojo going on right now.
Mojo. That time, though, it's a pickup of about 2. It's Ethan Roberts on the stop.
You know, but once again, if you're the Comets, those are teachable things in a game where you're pitching a shutout right now. Those are the types of things when you look back on and a huge win, you're still going to find things in the film room that you can improve on. And obviously tonight there's been a few penalties, the fumble, the mistake on the punt. Those are all things that they'll be talking about this week.
So it's 2nd down and 8, the ball at the 7. Now trying to get around end over here is Riley Turcha, and he'll be brought down after a pickup of, well, let's see, maybe a yard if at most. They may actually have him for no gain.
And that was Jay Nino again on the stop.
Looks like about a yard.
You see the Comets now rotating the guys in and out, trying to keep everybody fresh.
Clock continues to run here, 5:35 to go. So it'll be 3rd down. Just under 7 to go. Colton Batten drops back. He's going to throw it on the left side. Pick 6. That is what you call a gimme. Batten just trying to throw it so he didn't get the safety. And Matt Herrick just said, "What's this?" And he had to run all of 2 steps to get into the end zone.
Well, that play was all set up by Mr. Nino, number 55, El Nino, coming in there on the blitz. He gets the pressure on Batten and makes him throw the football before he's ready. He just never had a chance. As you see right there at the end of the play, the young fellow coming up with the interception, but Nino flew right up the middle, went right past the center. I mean, they had no chance on the blitz, and that's just a great defensive play by one of the leaders on this team.
So Pickard will attempt the extra point here. Edwards puts it down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 5:19 to go here in the 3rd, Genoa opens it up as it's 36-0. Watching high school football right here on the Toledo Sports Network and the CW13.
Do your utility bills have you down? Get out from under those heavy bills with new windows from Dunright Building Services. New windows from Dunright can change the vision of your home both inside and out. And right now, for a limited time only, you can get any white double-hung standard window for only $179 each. Remember, for a job done right, you better call Dunright.
New home, same address. It starts with new windows. Call us at Dunright Building Services today.
You've planned and planned. Each moment of your special day just has to be perfect. You don't want to worry about anything. Just know that you've hired professionals to make your wedding day special. Mike Jameson with Creative Video Imagery has produced award-winning weddings for over 15 years. Our company has the equipment and the artistic ability to capture your day on digital DVD, giving you lasting memories of a day you will cherish forever. Call Creative Video Imagery today or visit our website, Creative Video Imagery, making moments into lifetime memories.
Smoothbore Sporting Goods, 425 West College Avenue, Pemberville, Ohio, is your firearms specialist. We buy, sell, trade quality firearms and hunting supplies. Smoothbore Sporting Goods can help you with your technical support for all your firearms, along with professional repairs. Call them today at 419-287-7111 before your next weekend of hunting, and check out the newest firearms and hunting supplies before you head out. Smoothbore Sporting Goods, 425 West College Avenue in Pemberville, your one-stop hunting and firearms store. The Big Apple Deli has all the food for your next party or get-together. The best subs, salads, soups, pasta, party trays, and great lunch and dinner specials. The Big Apple Deli, 2118 Woodville Road, has got you ready for all your party needs, or just stop out for a great lunch.
Whether you support the Comets, the Panthers, or the Bulldogs, the Eagles, Wildcats, or Flyers, we at Genoa Bank support you. We're a local bank that takes pride in serving our community with personal and prompt service, innovative products, and stable financial guidance. We're a bank that believes in playing our part. And well, that's earned us quite a few fans of our own. Genoa Bank, playing our part in the community, taking your banking needs personally.
Cody Pickard set to kick off here again for the Comets as they lead this one 36-0.
And number 20, Riley Tersha.
As this one will go out of bounds through the end zone, a touchback, 1st and 10 Otsego at their own 20. Want to make sure we take a moment and say thanks to our friends over at TAS Electronics. We appreciate them being on board with the Toledo Sports Network. And be sure to make sure you get everything ready for winter, including automatic car starters. TAS Electronics. Also, Amplex Internet. Want to make sure we thank them for being part of the Toledo Sports Network family. 1st and 10 here for the Knights. Here's Robbie Lutz. One of the few bright rays of light here in an otherwise tough night for Otsego. Robbie Lutz picks up about 7 yards. We'll see where they spot him at the 27, so 2nd and short here for Otsego.
Well, the young fellow's been running the football hard. It's just a matter of, once again, trying to string one good quality drive together, and they have not been able to do that so far tonight. Give credit to Genoa's defense, obviously coming up with a turnover. There's a goose egg on the board right now, so obviously they're controlling the line of scrimmage. But when you have the penalties and the interceptions, you just have to make better decisions out there.
Here's a handoff to Lutz as he goes up the gut once again. As he'll be dropped right at the 30-yard line. Should be enough for a first down. We'll wait and see where they spot it.
You know what? You wonder at some point, Mick, if they might try to go downfield. And we got another face mask against Genoa.
So this one's going to be the big one, a 15-yard penalty. So that'll take it out to the 45-yard line of Otsego, 1st and 10. So,
and that'll give Coach Paul Patterson a couple of gray hairs.
I'm sure it will. 1st and 10 for Otsego at their own 45-yard line. Clock continues to run 3 and 45. Of course, the running clock rule here, anytime you have a lead over 30, the running clock is in effect. So now here, taking it over midfield, close to a first down, is Riley Tersha. And he's brought down at about the 47-yard line of Genoa. So he'll be 2 yards shy of a first down.
Another one of these senior leaders on this team, goes about 5'10", 165, and he's having a pretty decent year, Mick. I mean, 84 carries, 392 yards, averaging about 4.7 a carry, and got 3 touchdowns on the year. So once again, they've been able to run the ball pretty well in the wing T.
2nd and 2 for the Knights. Soto in motion. Here's the handoff. Again, it's Tersha. He'll pick up the first down, crosses the 45 of Genoa, and is brought back, but not before picking up a first down, as he was brought down by Tyler Baird, the 5'10 senior, 210-pounder. That ball lies right in between the 45 and the 44-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Otsego. 2 and 25 to go here in this third quarter. Running clock here with Otsego trailing Genoa by a score of 36-0. Here's the pitch. And again, Tersha, this time he'll be forced out of bounds. Picks up several yards. It's 2nd and 7. As Blake Traver in on the stop. He has been logging the tackles, let me tell you.
Well, set the school record against Eastwood with 23 tackles in a game. Had 8 tackles heading into the second half tonight. I mean, he just does a tremendous job shedding blocks. And like I said, when you've got 2 of your bigger players on defense, and him and Nino, who are leading the team in tackles, that's a really good sign for what your defense is able to do.
So 2nd and 7, the ball at the Genoa 41. However, this time, no such luck as Turcha just might get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. As he was brought down by Ethan Roberts and the aforementioned Mr. Nino.
Start calling him El Nino the way he's playing. I'm sure the young fellow's not familiar with them, more of an obscure metal band, but very abrasive, and he's very abrasive on the football field. So probably won't stick if he listens to this. He probably isn't going to like that nickname, but he's a tough kid, plays good football. And like I said, he set up that last interception by flying in, getting pressure on the quarterback.
Here now is Lutz going over the right side, over the 40-yard line to about the 49, 48 and a half. That's where they'll spot it is Cody Pickard and Dylan Witt in on the stop as well. So they'll spot the ball at the 39-yard line, so it'll be 4th down here for Otsego. So half a minute to go here in the third quarter. If you joined us late, again, running clock rules apply here.
You know,
anytime you have a lead over 30.
It'd be interesting to see, too, if the Knights here try to roll out.
So we've got a timeout being taken here by Otsego with 14 seconds to go here in this third quarter. And the Comets with a 36-0 lead. We'll keep it right here. We'll once again, big-time thank you to some of our sponsors, including the Badgers over at Napa Auto Parts on Route 51 in Genoa. Big-time thank you. We really do appreciate you guys coming on board. Also want to make sure that we say thank you, excuse me, to Genoa Bank, as well as Genoa Custom Interiors. Got to make sure we say thanks to them as well. And, of course, Genoa Jewelers, Frank Comives and Company. And, of course, one of our oldest sponsors who's been with us since the beginning, Graymont Quarry.
Once again, the Genoa Comet Marching Band.
Big time thank you to them. And don't forget, too, if you want to be a sponsor and help bring high school football here on television, featuring schools not only around in the Toledo area, but around the Toledo area, be sure to check out our website, ToledoSportsNetwork.com. You can find the phone number there of one Mike Jameson, which is 419-514-1302. As it looks like the Knights are going to go for it here on 4th down. Here's the pitch on the right side. Turcha, he's brought down around the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there. And the Knights will turn the ball over on downs. So, clock stops.
Stop is made by number 7, Noah Goodrich.
3 seconds on it.
Blake Trevor of the Comets. They're short of a first down.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 here for Genoa. They'll run a play and then change ends.
At their own 39-yard line.
Well, they decide to let the clock run out. On the change of possession, they'll change ends, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Genoa at their own 39 when we start back up. It is 36-0, Genoa leading after 3 here on the Toledo Sports Network and the CW13.
Hope you're enjoying the game today. Hi, I'm Mike Jameson, president of ToledoSportsNetwork.com. Now, Channel 13 and the wonderful people here are bringing some great games to you each and every week. And we'd love to make your company part of what we're putting together here. We've got the reach and we've got the ability to get you out at a reasonable cost so that all of these wonderful people can talk about your business, whether it's on the internet, on live television, or live internet. You can give us a call at 419-514-1302. Let us spotlight what you have here with all of our unbelievable packages that we have. And we make it very cost effective for even the smallest business. Creative Video Imagery and the Toledo Sports Network is proud to bring you this game right here on 13.2, the Live Well Network. Genoa Napa, your local auto parts store, located at State Route 51 in Genoa. It's time to prepare your vehicle for the harsh winter months. At Napa, we have what you need from antifreeze to wipers. Napa know-how. 21971 West State Route 51.
Genoa Jewelers, 611 Main Street in Genoa, has been serving the area with quality jewelry and gifts for over 19 years. Specializing in gold and silver repairs, Frank Comise has been a goldsmith for over 30 years. Our selection of Pulsar watches, precious moments figurines, reflections beads, Seraphim classics, and quality stellar ring, all at a price you can afford. Genoa Jewelers also buys gold and silver and has the perfect gift for that someone special. Stop out today at Genoa Jewelers, 611 Main Street in Genoa.
I always thought I wanted to be on TV. I didn't think it would end my career.
You can't always stop a thief, but a security DVR from TAS in your vehicle can help you capture them. Discreet, motion activated, always vigilant. For as little as $149 installed, you get a real sense of security.
I almost got away with it.
TAS Electronics, it's hot.
A world-class store with hometown values. That's Genoa Custom Interiors. We feature many styles from soft contemporary, rustic to traditional and French country. You'll find your taste and sensibilities right here. You'll be delighted to find the showrooms transformed each season. As Christmas is a special time, we offer a variety of accessories, art, jewelry, and specialty items perfect for gift giving. Genoa Custom Interiors. Nobody can put it together like we do. Blackberry Corner, on the corner of 579 and Elliston Road, is a proud sponsor of Genoa football. It has the best burgers, chicken, and pizza. You know the pizza. Everyone knows the pizza. Blackberry Corner also has charbroiled pork ribs and Jim's famous chicken dinners. Whether it's appetizers, pizza, or a full dinner, the great folks at Blackberry Corner can help fill you up and save you money. Stop out to Blackberry Corners on the corner of State Route 579 and Elliston Road for a meal or just a snack.
Genoa will scrimmage first and 10 on their own 39-yard line after holding the Knights as Wojciechowski breaks free, picks up the first down again, gets into Otsego territory, fighting off tackles, gets inside the 30-yard line of the Knights, and my goodness, looking at Wojciechowski run here, he did this against Lake last week, but he was more physical, and that's what ended up happening with the Flyers is they just simply ran out of gas in the fourth quarter and could not, and they, I mean, hands on hips the whole 9 yards, and that was the reason why they came up short was this steady diet of number 21 in maroon.
Absolutely, you know, and it's a physical style of football, obviously, that Genoa plays. They pound it at you. They go hat on hat in the wing tee. Occasionally they'll spread it out and try to catch you off balance and hit you with the pass downfield. But it's a very wear and tear type of offense that you see on a nightly basis when you play these guys.
Here's the handoff quickly over to Nick Wolf as he cuts back upfield and drives forward. About an 8-yard pickup. We'll see where they spot that ball. But it'll be second down here for. Well, they'll spot it right at the 19-yard line, so it'll be second down and 2. So great opportunity here for the Comets to put an exclamation point after the Knights turn the ball over on downs.
Wojo, we just got word from one of our stat guys up here, leap 212 on the night.
And he's adding to it right now as we speak as he gets it inside the 15-yard line to about the 11 where it will be first and 10 for Genoa.
I think the official school record is 413 by Kyle Nutter against Huron in the playoffs. I want to say it was 3 years ago now. Schneikes, we're getting old, Mick. But I believe that the official school record is 413. Wojo came close to that earlier this year. I think he had 327 in that game, I believe, against Rossford earlier this season. So he was at almost 1,000 yards a quarter of the way through the season.
First and 10, incredible. The ball at the 11. Here is Cody Pickard driving forward, gets inside the 5-yard line where he is brought down, shy of the first down, but it'll be second and short as he was brought down by number 77, Logan Beardsley, so it'll be second and short.
Well, and a couple of young fellas to keep an eye on for Otsego are Limes, one of the freshmen that's starting, and also Easterwood, number 30, the other freshman starting on defense. You know, these guys are getting a lot of reps as young fellas out here in Giroir's system. and they're going to be there in the next couple of years. So it's gonna take some time out in Otsego, but they'll get it going.
Here's the handoff to Wojciechowski, and he will score his 4th touchdown of the ball game. As Jake Wojciechowski goes in for 6 touchdown Genoa Comets, and the lead now is 42-0.
21 now on the year. So Wojo comfortably getting 2 TDs a game, almost 3 touchdowns a game, and he's already over that pace tonight with 4. But I mean, you can't say enough about the way the young fella runs the football, and also the big fellas up front for Genoa. I mean, if you want to be successful in the wing T, you have to be able to get a hat on people and block, and they do it exceptionally well.
Point after there by Pickard, and that was a great job by Edwards of holding that ball and putting it down for Pickard to kick it through. So with 9:05 left here in this ball game, and it's all Genoa as they lead it 43-0.
The Union Plumbers, Steam Fitters, and HVACR service mechanics of UA Local 50 build the powerhouses that generate your electricity. Install and service your heating and air conditioning systems, and install the plumbing systems that protect the health of this nation. Everywhere there's a building being built, retrofitted, or maintained, members of UA Local 50 are on the job with skills and the latest sustainable building practices to do the job right. UA Local 50 Plumbers, Steam Fitters, and service mechanics, building America's future.
The Blue Pacific Grill at Levis Commons is your gateway to great food and fun. A tropical-themed restaurant that offers a unique dining experience where you create your own stir-fry from your choice of meats, seafoods, veggies, seasonings, and our signature sauces. The Blue Pacific Grill at Levis Commons, a touch of the islands right here in Toledo. Join us for lunch and dinner. The Blue Pacific Grill, Levis Commons, Perrysburg. Graymont in Genoa, producers of Doclamide lime and hydrate, serving the community for over 90 years. The plant currently has 60 employees. The safety and development of these employees is a focus for your plant. Over 80% of our employees currently live within 11 miles of the plant. Graymont. For more information about this company, you can check us out on the web at www.graymont.com.
Stop struggling with the big box stores. Choose Gladio.
Gladio Home Center. A hardware store, yet so much more. Your home improvement answer store. A place to design your interior space. A professional and friendly smiling face. Everything you need for your home. And Gladio is locally owned. You'll be glad to know Gladio Home Center.
On the job for you for over 100 years. You need a career. You need a future. Local 8 can help you make it happen. Join the men and women who build our community. Become a part of a proud tradition. Build your career. Build your future with the brothers and sisters of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 8. We're on the job for you.
We're on the job for you. We're the local IBEW.
Riley Turcha and Trent Soto set to receive this kickoff from Cody Pickard. Pickard kicks it. It'll take a bounce and grabbed at the 1 by Soto. Up over the 10, 15, the 20. Soto went to cut, but he was brought down by the legs. As in on the stop included Dylan Witt.
Stop is made by number 52,
So
Dylan Witt.
that'll mean 1st and 10 here for Otsego. As they'll spot the ball at about the 21-yard line.
A 1st and 10 Knights at their own 21-yard line.
So, we talked earlier about, some of the growing pains that Otsego's got right now as they will continue to go through is, guys like Colton Batten, who's a sophomore. You talked about the freshman already. And this is a team that's going to be building for the future. Here now going around the left side is Tersha, as he'll pick up about 6 or 7 yards. He'll be out near the 28-yard line, It'll be second and short.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you have inexperience like that, I mean, the greatest teacher in anything in life is going to be experience. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. And football is no different. You know, especially you got to think about the body development of a young athlete between 14 and 18 or 14 and 17. It's tremendous. So for these guys to be out there at 14, 15, 16 years old as underclassmen and playing against more experienced guys is quite the challenge, especially a team like Genoa.
Second and 3, the ball at the 28. As Lutz tried to go forward and didn't move much, so it'll be third down. Want to make sure we say thanks to a couple more of our sponsors, of course. Wojo's Heating on Route 51. Sure to get your furnace ready for winter. Give a call to Wojo's Heating. Also, Genoa Jewelers. Big tip of the hat to Frank Comines and the gang out there. And Lutz is knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He is dropped at about the 26. That'll be fourth down. As Joey McClure is the guy that stops him. McClure is junior. 6'2", 225. So young pile of beef up there on the line.
Meat and potatoes.
I was going to say that can't have dessert all the time. Punting situation here as Will Varner, who hauled in a 14-yard touchdown pass last week from Colton Batten in their victory over Fostoria, kicks the ball. Line drive. This one's going to be grabbed by Belsic at the 44. He had room, but I think he just took the fair catch and gives Genoa instant field position.
Yeah, and it was a wise move, too. I mean, when you got a line drive kick like that, if you try to run right away, usually there's not a lot of hang time on the ball, so the kicking team has time to get underneath of it and get down to the field quick, and that's exactly what happened right there. So that was the right move by Belsic to just take the fair catch and give Genoa 55 yards to work with. But, you know, like I said, Mick, for the Comets tonight, obviously when you're up 43-0, you're doing a lot of things right, but they have to shore up on the penalties and the execution, especially if they're looking to make a playoff push, because those are the things that come back to haunt you. You're not going to be able to overcome those against better competition. So that's something that they're going to be looking at in the film room this week. But otherwise, doing a great job controlling the line of scrimmage tonight on both sides of the football.
I mean, a delay of game penalty here on Genoa, so that'll move it back 5 yards. First and 15. Well, too, with this Otsego team, you've got all of, 7 seniors total on the roster? I mean, so yeah, they're taking their lumps here this year, but I'll tell you what, this is a team to look in the future. They're a team to look out for. As you see Adam Bates carry the ball. Some of the younger guys for Genoa getting some experience here, playing at the varsity level.
Well, and Coach Jirwa talked about, the attitude of his guys in practice has been positive the last couple of weeks, especially coming off of that win over Fostoria. So, those are moments of this season that they'll be able to hang on to when they were able to put together 4 quarters of football.
Out of that wing T. It looks like it's about the 49-yard line, as bringing it up was Damian D'Amelio. He's a 5'6", 135-pound junior, guy with a lower center of gravity, so he was able to pick up some yardage, and they'll spot the ball at the 49-yard line of Genoa. That'll make it third down and 6. Clock continues to run, 4:44 to go. Here's the handoff. D'Amelio will be stopped at the 49 of Otsego. So that'll make it fourth down. In on the stop there, Mason Gonzalez. No relation of Otsego. So, with 4 minutes to go, let's talk a little bit here too, Bomber, about playoffs. The playoff ratings, of course, Genoa in there at, I believe, number 7 in they are looking to try and, like I said, they need some big wins here, and the schedule favors them because they've got their remaining opponents between them, I believe, have a grand total of like 2 wins.
Yeah, they still have Woodmore, I believe, is left on the schedule. I think that one actually might be next week for the Comets. So, I mean, you know, this is, or actually Elmwood next week is for Genoa. But
Otsego has Woodmore.
Otsego has Woodmore, but they're definitely in a situation right now where, you know, if they have some pretty convincing victories, they're going to be in a good position to close out and maybe potentially get a home field advantage in the first round of the playoffs, but probably going to need some people to lose to happen for that to happen right now.
Well, you've got a couple of big teams up in the no wall that will have an opportunity to do that, as they'll have to play each other. You know, obviously teams like Wauseon, you know, the Indians have had a stellar year this year. They have been a lot of fun to watch, and I believe they're undefeated.
Yep, and then you've got Port Clinton, really surprising a lot of people this year, coming into Week 8 at 6-1. So that's another team that could be a force to be reckoned with. And obviously Kenton, that was one of the great playoff games we had a chance to do here on Toledo Sports Network a couple of years ago when they had Missouri quarterback Matty Mock on the roster.
As the ball is grabbed at the 10-yard line by, I believe that was Varner that grabbed that ball. And that will be 1st and 10 for Otsego at about the 14-yard line. So continuing on with our conversation, though, here in Division 4, you look at a school like Bryan, who's right now on the outside looking in at 9th overall, heading into this weekend. Some things need to happen there for them as well.
Well, and with Wauseon up big on them, I mean, that might have been the one that did them out of it. You know, with Wauseon taking care of business, that may have put Bryan out of the playoffs for good. But, you know, I think when you look at Genoa's remaining schedule, like you said, Mick, there's absolutely opportunities for them to try to close it out.
Now, looking elsewhere in the NBC, of course, you look at a team like Eastwood. I mean, Eastwood is a school that, well, theirs they have a little bit. They don't have much more breathing room than Genoa does. Genoa's in 6th overall in Division 4, and Eastwood's in Division 5, and they're right now in the computer rankings listed in 7th, and just a heartbeat ahead of Delta. So, you know, those are a couple of teams. And, of course, further up as you look in 2nd place overall heading into this weekend was Liberty Benton. And just, you know, you can't help but notice that, you know, when it comes to for playoff football, Northwest Ohio is actually pretty well represented here.
Yeah, making a name for ourselves in this part of the state, but you know, it's what can you do once you go into those win or die situations in the playoffs, and that's really the put up or shut up time. And you know, that was something Tyler Pickard, obviously former Genoa standout, not just in football, but you know, he was up here for a little bit in the press box, and we got to talk to him a little bit at halftime, and that was something that I talked to him about. It's, you know, when you get to that point in the playoffs, it's as much a mental battle against yourself as it is the opponent. Because at that point, you've done what you had to do to get there, you've executed, and in his situation, you know, a lot of games they were up pretty big on teams. So many of those games, a lot of the starters for Genoa weren't playing the 3rd quarter, the 4th quarter, or good portions of both they weren't playing. Then you get into the playoffs, and you're playing both ways a lot of times, and you're playing all 4 quarters. So it's a different environment and a different atmosphere, and it pulls for more out of you as a competitor.
And the time clock runs out on Otsego again, so it's a delay of game call against the Knights. And this has not been a fun night for Otsego. I believe they have not even reached the 100-yard mark for total offense.
Well, penalty yardage is starting to hurt them a little bit. We've seen the delay of game. We've seen some mishaps on offense, the interception that led to the touchdown right in at their own end of the field. So, you know, Genoa's done a great job tonight of limiting them, especially up the middle in the wing T attack, but they've also hurt themselves.
Now rolling out over here on the left side, and not much in the way of real estate as McDaniel was brought down, including
by number 51, Alex Hudlick. And number
Alex Hudlick was on the stop. and Andrew Drummond as well. As we said, a lot of the younger guys now, the inexperienced guys, getting a chance to play. As we got 2.5 minutes to go in this one. So, finishing out though with the smaller schools here in Division 7. Of course, locally, the school that's really got a shot here is Toledo Christian. They're 5th overall in computer rankings at that division level. As Robbie Lutz goes up the middle, and he will. It'll be 4th down and about 12. So we're under 2 minutes in this one. But, of course, a couple other schools, Tiffin Calvert, of course, and then Macomb, Columbus Grove, so some Northwest Ohio representation in the top 8. Of course, North Baltimore as well. But we've still got a couple weeks of football to go.
Well, a big one in the area is going to be next week between Lima Senior and Central Catholic. I think especially in the track, obviously that's a championship game type atmosphere. Probably will come down to that game. It was a nail biter from what we understood for a greater part of that game between Lima Senior and Clay. But that's going to be a huge one, especially for the Irish. I mean, because they already have 2 losses. Obviously, one of them was to an out-of-state team in De La Salle in Michigan, but losing to Perrysburg, who's been on a tear in Division I, number 2 in the state rankings right now for the playoff computer rankings. So, you know, if they have 3 losses after that Lima Senior one, that may potentially put them on the outside looking in Division III.
Well, that remains to be seen. As like I said, we still got plenty of football left. 1st and 10 here for Genoa, here with 1:18 to go. Here's the handoff. As ball is handed off there to Adam Bates. He'll take it inside the 40-yard line to the Otsego 39. You know, you talk about Division III. Well, Central Catholic right now in computer points is ranked number 2 heading into this weekend's games. Now, mind you, all the games have to be played here as we watch this, and we'll know as you view this here on television exactly what happened during this weekend, and that will, of course, I don't want to say shake up the computer rankings, but it will add to it and will kind of clarify things a little bit as we're coming up here.
Zach Grodi takes a knee.
The Comets take a knee as Zach Grodi does the honors. And that should be, well, let's see, they should not have to snap another snap as they're just going to go ahead and shake hands.
Hope you're enjoying the game today. Hi, I'm Mike Jameson, president of ToledoSportsNetwork.com. Now, Channel 13 and the wonderful people here are bringing some great games to you each and every week. And we'd love to make your company part of what we're putting together here. We've got the reach and we've got the ability to get you out at a reasonable cost so that all of these wonderful people can talk about your business, whether it's on the internet, on live television, or live internet. You can give us a call at 419-514-1302. Let us spotlight what you have here with all of our unbelievable packages that we have, and we make it very cost effective for even the smallest business. Creative Video Imagery and the Toledo Sports Network is proud to bring you this game right here on 13.2 the Live Well Network. Genoa Napa, your local auto parts store, located at State Route 51 in Genoa. It's time to prepare your vehicle for the harsh winter months. At Napa, we have what you need from antifreeze to wipers. Napa Know-How, 21971 West State Route 51. Genoa Jewelers, 611 Main Street in Genoa, has been serving the area with quality jewelry and gifts for over 19 years. Specializing in gold and silver repairs, Frank Comise has been a goldsmith for over 30 years. Our selection of Pulsar watches, Precious Moments figurines, Reflections beads, Seraphim classics, and quality Stellar rings, all at a price you can afford. Genoa Jewelers also buys gold and silver and has the perfect gift for that someone special. Stop out today at Genoa Jewelers, 611 Main Street in Genoa.
A world-class store with hometown values. That's Genoa Custom Interiors. We feature many styles from soft contemporary, rustic to traditional and French country. You'll find your taste and sensibilities right here. You'll be delighted to find the showrooms transformed each season. As Christmas is a special time, we offer a variety of accessories, art, jewelry, and specialty items perfect for gift giving. Genoa Custom Interiors. Nobody can put it together like we do. Blackberry Corner on the corner of 579 and Elliston Road is a proud sponsor of Genoa football. It has the best burgers, chicken, and pizza. You know the pizza. Everyone knows the pizza. Blackberry Corner also has charbroiled pork ribs and Jim's famous chicken dinners. Whether it's appetizers, pizza, or a full dinner, the great folks at Blackberry Corner can help fill you up and save you money. Stop out to Blackberry Corners on the corner of State Route 579 and Elliston Road for a meal or just a snack.
As that is the final play here from Genoa High School in Genoa, Ohio. Your final, the Genoa Comets 43, Otsego nothing. And well, Bomber, this was one of those where it was Jake Wojciechowski, but also that front line of Genoa getting it done.
Absolutely, on both sides of the football, offensive line and defensive line. Blake Traver having another phenomenal game tonight defensively. Also, Nino had a great game defensively, leading the pressure that led to that last interception. But really, when you're getting it done at the line of scrimmage, a lot of good things happen. And also on special teams, you know, that is such a big part of what Genoa is able to do in terms of picking up wins. And I think that the concern right now, if you're Genoa, just has to be focused on continuing to shore up the stuff that you're doing to shoot yourself in the foot, the penalties, the mistakes. The execution has to improve, especially at the playoff level. But the talent is there for the Comets. They have the line to do it. They have the multitude of playmakers to do it in the backfield. So the talent there is there. The experience is there. It's just trying to put together 4 good quarters of football, eliminating their own mistakes. And if you're Coach Giroux and company for Otsego, you know, this is a team with a lot of young players. They've got some good guys coming back next year. One of those guys, Rob Lutz, who ran hard tonight. So there's things to build on for them, but they also made some mistakes tonight that I know when they look at this film, they're going to go back and wish they probably would have tackled it a little bit better.
Well, Genoa will head on to host Elmwood next week, and of course Otsego will also be at home. They'll face Woodmore. So that's going to do it from here at Genoa High School. Big thanks to our crew for a job well done here in a cool, chilly, occasionally rainy night here in Genoa. As for Mike Bauman, I'm Mick Gonzalez saying so long, everyone. Your final once again here from Genoa. The Comets defeat Otsego by a score of 43-0 as you've been watching high school football right here on the Toledo Sports Network and the CW13. Good night.